Hello there. I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan. He's just informed me that the biggest fight in British boxing history has just been agreed. Get up there, my boy! Big shout out, Dan. He got this done. Literally over the line. 2-fight deal. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua next year. One problem. I've just got to smash Deontay Wilder's face right in the next fight. And then we go into the Joshua fight next year. So there we are. The Gypsy King versus AJ is on for next year, but there is a hurdle in the road called the Bronze Bomber, aka the Knockout King, and I will get onto him and knock him spark out, and then we got on to the big fight. So big thank you, Dan, for getting this deal over the line. All the best. God bless you all. See you soon. Peace out.
G5Jefftv. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on. Then I got the VP of operations for the channel, my boy Shane, back in the building. What's going on, bro?
Everything's all good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, little bro hit me. He said, "Yo, we gotta do a video. We gotta talk today. We gotta talk Fury and AJ." So I'm gonna let my guy take over. Go ahead, Shane.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you obviously see the title of the video, you already know what's happened. AJ and Fury have signed or agreed terms. I don't want to say they've signed because I don't think neither party has actually physically signed a contract, but they have agreed terms and stuff like that. So that's obviously big news. That's fantastic for the heavyweight division. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of things that I personally would want to know what's inside the contract. What does that mean for other fighters, and what does that mean for the fighters in question, to be honest?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge news. I mean, I seen it earlier. I wasn't sure if it was 100% true or not, but it's being reported in several places. So it's huge.
I mean, Tyson Fury said it himself. He came out and said it himself, and Eddie Hearn said it himself as well.
Yeah, see, that's huge. Like that's huge. That's huge for not only you know, the heavyweight division, but just boxing period. Because people think all unification fights are big. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Not all unification fights are big, but this would be the biggest of the biggest of unifications.
In my definitely.
Yeah, so I think that it's pretty interesting that they did it right now. It's a complete smack in the face of Deontay Wilder, if you ask me. But like they're both factoring in like, nah, like he's getting beat in the third fight. Like, do you get that sense?
I get that, but my question will be, and I want to know how confident, because there's two conflicts of interest in this. There's two conflicts of interest. One, you're forgetting that Tyson Fury's with Top Rank and Kubrat Pulev's with Top Rank. So that basically means Top Rank aren't banking on their guy to beat Anthony Joshua. That's the first conflict of interest. The second conflict of interest is, what if Deontay Wilder win? Are they going to say, okay, are they going to scrap the deal that they have, or are they going to be like, is that deal going to turn straight into AJ versus Wilder? Because I do feel like there will be much more fight to make that fight than AJ versus Fury.
To touch on the first thing you said, the Kubrat Pulev thing. Thing is, Pulev is top rank and Tyson Fury is top rank. So Bob Arum wins either way. And the second thing, as far as
that, before you go into that, but you're basically saying then, if you've already made that agreement, you're basically saying that Kubrat Pulev's going to lose.
Not necessarily, not from Bob Arum's perspective, because he's looking at it like if Kubrat Pulev pulls off the upset, he just going to put him up against Fury anyway.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all in-house to Bob Arum. The question would be more so would be more so Eddie Hearn and AJ. Like with them signing a deal, they're basically saying like Wilder's not gonna win the third fight, which goes into your second point. I think that Wilder and AJ that's huge, huge fight. To be honest with you, if Wilder wins the third fight, AJ and Eddie Hearn should be chomping at the bit to get Wilder. I think they should be chomping at the bit to get him, because they don't have to worry about as much with fighting Wilder. Every fight with Wilder is the same thing.
But you know
If he
what?
lands the right hand, it's a wrap. If not, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna outbox him. So
I think Wilder, regardless, even if he beats Fury, will still be seen as damaged goods. So that's why I think the Fury fight was so easy to make.
well, I don't think if he wins the third fight, I don't think he's gonna be considered damaged goods because we all know he's gonna win the fight. If he wins the fight, he's gonna win by knockout.
No, but damaged good in the sense that marketing the fight isn't the same as how it was, let's say, 18 months ago. He's not got the same
That's true.
aloof as he used to have. So
That's
to
true.
me, Tyson Fury and an AJ fight will always make money, especially if Tyson Fury wins because he's going into the fight as the champion and as the undefeated champion.
Right.
Whereas if Wilder goes into that fight, let's say he does knock Tyson Fury out, he still doesn't have, like, to me, AJ lost a lot of, even though he beat Ruiz after, he lost a lot of rep, for lack of a better word, off the back of that loss. And I feel like, regardless what Wilder does in the next fight, he would still have lost a lot of rep.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilder definitely lost a lot of momentum. I felt like AJ has lost some as well, but the fact that it's unification, like it'll make up some of that ground. Me personally, I want to see both of them. I would say equally, me personally, because I'm like, I'm real curious to see how AJ would go into a Wilder fight. Like, it's one thing to say like, okay, I'm gonna walk forward, I'm gonna walk him down, but we seen AJ fight, not cautious, but just be a flat out boxer against Andy Ruiz, and he didn't take no chances. And Andy Ruiz's power is not Deontay Wilder's power, so I'll be real curious to see if he's able to carry out the game plan that everybody know will work against Wilder.
I mean, I want to see both fights as well, but I want to see AJ versus Fury more solely because it's undisputed. But to go back on your point, I feel like one of the reasons why he fought like that against Ruiz wasn't even about power. It was about understanding a safe distance. I felt like he realized real quick in the Ruiz fight that inside wasn't safe. Against Wilder, you don't get that chance. You don't get that second.
Him being on the outside would be horrible against Wilder, because you're just giving him room to extend his shots, and it's not smart. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Let me throw this curveball at you. With this fight being agreed to, is the fight being in the UK out of the question because of UCAD?
I mean, I don't think UCAD's continuing their negotiations, but from what I know, I don't think Bob Arum wants to fight in England, and neither does Eddie Hearn. Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they made this fight because it's a cash out. I feel like what's going on in the world and what's going on in sports and just life, point blank period, with the virus and quarantine, boxing's gonna have a big hit. We saw a lot of countries pump a lot of money into the Zone, pumped a lot of money into Eddie Hearn, ESPN pumped a lot of money into Top Rank, and fighters are getting high paydays. But they have to recoup somewhere. The whole entire world is not making any money. Well, the people that normally pays for boxing, they normally who normally pay for boxing, they're not going to have any money anymore.
Right.
So, me personally, I just feel like it's like a cash out. I just see it as a cash out.
Where do you think the fight gonna land though?
I feel like they're going to look at it as wherever's going to pay the most money, because in 2-3 years' time, or in not even 2-3 years' time, I don't even think it'll be that long. Maybe in 2022, which is in 2 years, I feel like they would have more. What's the word? They would have more.
Probably more financial opportunities. They have more options too.
Yeah, they will have more financial opportunities.
Yeah, because that's a good point too. Because with the world being the way it is and boxing being the way it is, the biggest money a promoter's gonna get is the site fee. The site fee is gonna be what they're looking for because the site fee is gonna cover the purses. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And when you can't have fans in a stadium, site fee no longer matters.
Right.
Because,
You gotta get somebody to front the bill. You gotta get somebody to
yeah,
front the bill. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know if you've seen the salaries for the people that fought yesterday, the Shakur Stevenson card. Shakur got 400,000 for that fight, which is pretty
that
good.
was probably solely off ESPN, though. That was probably off just solely
Yeah,
off
that was
ESPN.
right. And everybody else was like, I think everybody else was like 20,000 and under. So, but that's an example of ESPN fronting the bill. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I think AJ Fury is a really really good fight. It's a great fight, actually. Who do you like in that fight? Oh,
I actually wanted to end on that. So before I go to that, I
okay.
just wanted to talk on the Dylan White situation. I want to know, the biggest thing I want to know is, what does that mean for Dylan White? Because,
You want the politically correct answer, or you want the real one?
I mean, let's be honest. He was supposed to fight the winner of Wilder versus Fury, and that was supposed to be next year. So what does that mean?
I'll give you the politically correct answer, and then I'll give you the real answer. Politically correct. I think regardless of what happens, Dillian White is going to be in line for a title shot. Um, that's the politically correct answer. The real answer is this: he's gonna be in line for a title fight, but if he pisses off Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC, whoever the champion is, he will just make them a franchise champion, and he won't be obligated to fight Dillian White. So Dillian White, he gotta kind of watch his mouth because they could easily freeze him out with that franchise status. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Tyson Fury would take it, the franchise status. I think Joshua would take it. I also think at this point in his career, I think Wilder would even take it. Um,
Honestly, I'll be real. I'll keep it 100. I actually think um Dylan White, for one, he needs to be praying that he can get into some legal, like, take someone to court over this, because I mean, he was talking about it before, but I feel like that's something he should be thinking about. But worst case scenario, he should be praying that AJ wins, because with them being in the same stable, I feel like there's more chance, because Eddie
easier
Hearn,
fight.
if he's gonna throw his cash cow in there, he's gonna throw it in there with someone who's in his stable. He's not going to
Right.
throw him in there with another Andy Ruiz or somebody in another stable where he can lose. And let's
Right.
be honest, if it's not Wilder or Fury, who's going to generate AJ as much money as Dylan White? So I
Right.
feel like he needs to be praying that AJ wins that fight.
Yeah. Actually, that's the only way I see Dillian White actually getting a title fight. If AJ comes out on top, as far as Fury and or Wilder is concerned, because you gotta think about it this way: if Wilder beats Fury and then Wilder turns around and beats AJ, more than likely it's probably gonna be a rematch. So he's waiting
Mm-hmm.
3 fights. If Fury wins against Wilder in the third fight, and he's already signed a deal with, well, agreed to terms with AJ. More than likely, that's 2 fights. So Dillian White is looking at a 3-fight wait anyway.
Either way, either way.
Either way you slice it, he's looking at a 3-fight wait, which is going to be longer than 2021. So
I do feel like the point you brought up about franchise champion is very likely because
the
it's a
thing
way
is,
for them.
go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's a way for them because it's the same thing with the Charlo situation. In legally, Charlo is actually WBC champion legally, but the general consensus is that he isn't because everybody knows Canelo's the champion. Or
Right.
the general consensus is that Canelo's the champion. It's the same with Devin Haney at 135.
Yeah.
You know, the general consensus is Loma's the champion, even though he has the belt. And I don't feel like Dillian White spent his whole entire career on the outside looking in. Him being gifted the title is the last thing he would want. Someone like Dillian White, he would definitely not want that.
The thing that's crazy, if I had to put some money on it, I think he would be given a WBC belt before he actually fights for it.
Could you imagine? Someone wins I think this might be the first time in history. It's not the first time in history, but someone wins a belt before they even fight for. He's never ever fought for a title. So
Actually,
that's
Devin
actually
Haney,
quite crazy. Yeah, Devin Haney as well. Yeah,
he a 2-time champion. He's a 2-time champion and never fought for the belt.
yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
mean-
Only in boxing.
I think that happened with Lennox Lewis when Riddick bowled through the belt in the bin as well.
Yeah, that happened with Lennox Lewis as well. It's crazy, bro. Like it's really crazy. I think the WBC would give Dillian White the WBC belt and make Fury or AJ or Wilder a franchise champion. And I think all 3 of them will take it. Because at that point, they're looking at the biggest money fight, period. Even though AJ and Dillian White is a big money fight, AJ could find a bigger money fight outside of Dillian White. Tyson Fury, same thing. Deontay Wilder, same thing. Like, he's going to be left out in the cold. I could see the WBC and the Mauricio Suleiman. I could see them making whoever the champion, a franchise champion, giving Dillian White the belt, and then making somebody like Luis Ortiz the fucking mandatory. I could see them doing some shit like that, yo.
You know what I can see? I'll go even further. I can see Fury beating Wilder and Wilder having to fight Dillian White for the belt. I can see that. I can see
that too.
You know what I can also see as well, bro? I can see a situation where Dillian White fights, Tyson Fury fights Wilder and Tyson Fury wins. AJ, just for argument's sake, I'm actually not predicting, but let's say AJ beats Fury twice. I can actually see AJ fighting Wilder twice after that. Because that's a big money fight. It's a bigger money fight than Dillian White.
Yeah, I could see Dillian White getting froze out. I can really see him getting froze out. But see, this is the thing though. This is why I always say we be 2 steps ahead of the game. This situation, we about 10 steps ahead of the game. Because I dropped the video a long time. It had to been about a year ago. But like I always say, I talk to Shane all the time in terms of boxing issues before I even drop videos. But I did a video over a year ago saying that AJ and Wilder should just do a 2-fight deal. And if everything comes to fruition as far as AJ and Fury, it looks like they're going to sign a 2-fight deal. We called that over a year ago. And to cap that off, did another video. And Shane and I talked about this off camera before I brought it to camera.
If you say what I think you're going to say, then I know for a fact we must be brother, like subconsciously. If you say what I think you're going to say.
Listen, I put out a video saying that Dillian White shouldn't fuck with the WBC anyway. And he should go at the Kubrat Pulev.
I remember that. I was just about to say that, bro. About to say that.
Bro, and both of them, bro, wasn't both of them over a year ago?
the video you made was in 2018 because it's when the IBF mandated Dylan White to fight Kubrat Pulev, and he ended up fighting Joseph Parker. That was 2 years ago.
Right.
2018. I think it was in June times or something like that, or July. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was years ago. And I remember you making a video, and if you look at it, what you said actually came true. Because if you look at it, Kubrat Pulev is now mandatory and is going to fight AJ this year.
And it should have been Dillian White.
And it should have been Dylan White.
And the whole issue, I remember that video like it was yesterday.
It's still up on your channel. It's still up on your channel.
It's still up on the channel. So people, if you want to go check it out, just go to my channel. Just search Dillian White. I got plenty of videos on Dillian White. But it's Dillian White shouldn't go the WBC route. It's still on the channel. The reason I said he should take the chance and just not deal with the WBC at all is because Kubrat Pulev was the easier mark. And on top of that, getting the AJ fight was going to be easier for him than getting a Wilder fight. The only reason he didn't go that route is because he would have had to go to Kubrat Pulev's hometown, and he was getting paid pennies on the dollar. He was going to get paid pennies on the dollar. And I said in the video, I said, I don't agree with guys taking pay cuts, but I'm like, Dillian White should bite the bullet for the cause. Go knock Kubrat Pulev the fuck out and then go the IBF route.
Because when you fight, and this was in the video as well, when you fight Kubrat Pulev, I think at that time he was making, like, as you said, peanuts. But you're mandatory for AJ. You take that to purse bids, you get automatic 20%. AJ's last check was 100. Oh, he got 80 mil. So if you take 20% of if AJ's taking 80% and you're taking 20%, you're taking 20 mil.
Yeah, that was a perfect.
That's a easy.
That's a big bag. And that's not even counting if you win.
That's not even counting if you win.
Yo,
and remember,
bro,
when you're mandatory, there's no automatic rematch clause.
Bro, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, for the people that's listening,
this is all in the video.
Yeah, like, for the people that's listening, like, if y'all don't understand what Shane and I are talking about, we be like not only on top of the current stuff, like we be predicting stuff that happens later on down the line. Like, it's so many things that we done called a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and this is just another classic situation where we looked at a situation and we was just like, you know what, it don't matter if we a fan of this person or not, we gonna call it the way we see it. But if Dillian White would have followed what the hell I said, he would be the mandatory for AJ, IBF. He won't have to worry about Wilder, won't have to worry about Mauricio Suleiman or none of that. The thing about the WBC, they don't forget nothing. If you trash them, they don't forget shit. Like, I don't see him getting a shot. No time. I don't see him getting a shot in 2021. He may not get one in 2022. They may give him the belt in 2023. Maybe. But he should just go the other route.
He has to pray for AJ to win. Because I feel like he's gone so far deep in the WBC that he doesn't want to turn around. And to me, he had the perfect opportunity to, as you said in that video, to fight Kubrat Pulev, take peanuts, take the fight, beat Kubrat Pulev, and now you'll be in the biggest fight of your career for 3 belts. And you win that fight, you could be in a position where you're going and fighting Tyson Fury for hundreds of millions of dollars.
And another thing, this is another reason why I think he was crazy not to go the Kubrat Pulev route. Even if he was getting paid pennies on the dollar, that was only because it was a pretty good chance Kubrat Pulev and his team was going to win that purse bid. So he was only going to get 20%. But you mean to tell me Eddie Hearn wasn't going to give Dillian White a bag, knowing that AJ fight coming? You know what I'm saying? Because he knew he was going to beat Kubrat Pulev. So even if he was only making 20% of whatever the amount is, you know Eddie Hearn was going to give him another bag just to take the fight.
Exactly.
It's nothing, because if he wins, AJ, Dillian White is all in-house. So whatever money he paid him, he can get it right back.
straight away because
Straight away.
he wouldn't even have to think about mandatories because remember his other mandatories USIC that's in house as well. IBF is in house, so
I don't know. I don't know if Eddie Hearn just I don't know who was in Dillian. I don't know who's been in Dillian White's ear. Cause I was just like, you're going through all this stress with the WBC, Deontay Wilder, people talking about Luis Ortiz and all this other stuff, and I'm like, all you had to do was take the Kubrat Pulev fight. That's all you had to do, and I'm like, we wouldn't be talking about nothing, absolutely nothing. And I'm like, and on top of that, if he would have took the Kubrat Pulev fight and he would have fought AJ, he would make more money with AJ than he ever would with Wilder.
easily.
Period.
Easily. There's not even
There's
a
no
debate.
comparison.
But I know why Eddie Hearn would have pushed him down the Wilder route. Because in Eddie Hearn's mind, he was looking at it like, I want to undisputed in-house. That's how Eddie Hearn was looking at it. But Dillian White should have taken his own. That's why I'm not that. As much as I feel sympathy for Dillian White and his situation, I do feel like he does have to take responsibility for a certain amount that has happened to him.
Yeah, for sure. Because he could have just. I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn was like, yo, like, go get Wilder's belt and we can have a all UK unification. Like, yeah, it sounds good, but
Sounds nice.
It sounds good.
Nice.
So Eddie Hearn probably did talk him into that shit. But the thing is, all money not good money. All money not good money. And sometimes, great opportunities, not all of them have like a crazy money amount. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the opportunity is just great. And he let this one pass up. So, I mean, he has himself to blame somewhat. I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn had something to do with it. Because at the end of the day, Joshua's the cash cow, so you got to keep that clear. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn knows that if Dillian White gets in the ring with Anthony Joshua, he's got a shot of beating him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And he's looking at it more from a perspective of Dillian White isn't Kubrat Pulev in the sense that he's not Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz would lose a fight and he never made the right business decisions, the smart decisions. Dillian White is another person who would, if Dillian White did beat AJ, for example, he wouldn't be taking the B side again.
Right.
He's not taking the B side again. Like, I feel like that's why I think there was negotiations last year for AJ versus Dillian White, and they fell through because Dillian White was going to be the B-side in the rematch. So again, like, he knows Eddie Hearn's very smart about who he does his business with, and I feel like he's a promoter. So you literally, even though he's in Dillian White's corner, Dillian White should have still checked him and said, you know what? I know you always have AJ's best interest. You'll have my best interest, but that's not when AJ is not involved, then you have, like, I'm always going to be second place.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I think Dillian White had an opportunity to make that situation right. And he just dropped the ball. Like, he just dropped the ball. So I'm like,
the fact that Eddie Hearn didn't even put the money up so you win the purse bid, to me alone doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense alone. Like, to me, you didn't even win the purse bid. It should tell you that this guy ain't even in your corner. Because remember, Kubrat Pulev won the purse bid, or Kubrat Pulev's people won the purse bid.
Yeah. And the thing is, Eddie Hearn didn't even bid nothing high. He wasn't even in the top 3.
No,
he wasn't even in the top 3, which tells you a lot.
Yeah, like, he should have made that decision. He like, Eddie Hearn was so not interested in making the Kubrat Pulev Dillian White fight. He was so not interested.
And it was strictly because of AJ. It was strictly because of AJ. Like, it had nothing to do with nothing else. But, like, it's
because he didn't even fight Ortiz. He didn't even fight Ortiz. If it was about going down the route of WBC, he didn't even fight Ortiz. That doesn't even make sense.
Bro, I guarantee you, by the time next year comes and the year after that, Dillian White might have the best resume in the heavyweight division.
Without a title shot.
Without a title shot. Because he's probably, if he don't get no title shot, He's probably gonna fight somebody like Dominic Brazil.
I mean, he's gonna fight Povetkin next.
He's
He
gonna fight
spoke about fight.
Povetkin.
He could fight Michael Hunter. I mean, he's fighting
Yo,
top 10 guys.
his resume will be so stacked.
He
His
can fight
resume will be
Usyk.
so
He
stacked.
can fight even Usyk, the winner of Chisora versus Usyk.
Yeah, his resume will be so stacked and never got a title shot.
Never.
But that's why we always said like, yo, like at the end of the day, you know, you have to take care of self. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to take care of self. All that team player stuff and you playing for the sanctioning bodies and all that, they don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, they showing it. Like, they showing it at the end of the day. Like, Dillian White might have one of the greatest resumes of all time and never get a title shot.
Dylan White, and I'll tell you this for a fact, because this is a fact. I think a YouTuber said this couple months ago. Dylan White has the best resume in boxing point blank period to never have a title. Never have a title shot.
Just never have a title shot. I mean, well, he had a title shot against AJ, but
No, that was a British title. That wasn't for the. Remember, he fought.
Oh yeah. You're right. He for him to never have a title shot, like a legit title shot. That's crazy. Like, that's a whole nother video within itself. Like, that's a whole nother video within itself. We might have to do that.
Who did? And let's be honest, who did Tyson Fury fight, or did Deontay Wilder fight, or AJ fight before they got a title shot? Their resume wasn't stacked like Dylan's.
Nah. They Dillian White. I mean,
Wilder's resume stacked like Dylan's now.
Yeah, Wilder resume wasn't good. Tyson Fury resume wasn't good. AJ resume was respectable. Like, you know what I'm saying?
AJ's best win before the world title shot was Dylan White.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it just goes to show, like, I'm like, you can get railroaded in this business. Like, you can get railroaded in this business big time. But bro, who you got Fury and AJ? Who you like?
Yeah, we were going off topic a bit. We were doing
we was off topic. We was off. It was good. It was good though.
But Dylan is very important in the situation, so it's not that off topic. But yeah.
Yeah, but it was about to turn into a straight Dylan White video.
Who do I have winning? I've always said if I had to pick, I've always said I see boxing like a round robin. Like, I don't ever see it as he beats him, so he beats him. So I've always thought the top three, Wilder, Fury, AJ, if they fought 5 times, you'll get 5 different results. I've always thought that. I personally feel AJ will beat Tyson Fury. That's what I personally feel. I personally think that the style that I've seen from Tyson Fury, the style that he fought against Wilder the first time, won't win against AJ because AJ is much more active. He throws much more punches. He's much more aggressive in terms of his mentality. I mean, Wilder's looking for the single shot. AJ's throwing combinations. AJ can fight at long range. AJ is not so sloppy. AJ wins a lot of rounds. The Fury that fought Wilder in the second fight, I think gets knocked out by AJ, because even though he looked fantastic against Wilder, styles make fights, and that style won't work against AJ because, 1, AJ's physically stronger, but 2, AJ's physically stronger than Wilder. Not physically stronger than Fury, but physically stronger than Wilder. But he's also much more comfortable on the inside than Wilder is. You know.
Yeah. I think AJ beats Fury as well. For me, it's different reasons. Number one, I just AJ's chin is questionable at times, and people have this false sense that Tyson Fury all of a sudden has this crazy power now. AJ is a dangerous man if he feel like you can't hurt him.
Oh yeah,
if
definitely.
AJ feel like you can't hurt him, that's a very dangerous dude. And I think it's real simple. Can Tyson Fury hurt AJ, or can Tyson Fury put something on AJ early to get his respect? My answer is no. Like, flat out no. I think Fury, I think he will be forced to fight. I think and the thing is, because a person has boxing skills does not mean that they're great at adjusting. Fury
Yeah,
fights his fight all the time. He gets in there with AJ, he's going to have to adjust at some point during the fight because AJ is going to adjust during the course of the fight. I have not seen Fury actually adjust against high level competition in his career. Period. AJ would be his biggest opponent, his best opponent, and his most skilled opponent. And AJ can fight on the inside, he can fight on the outside. And the times when Fury has had trouble is guys that are consistent with their jab. It don't even have to necessarily be a great jab. They're just consistently pumping the jab. I can see AJ winning this fight strictly off of the jab, and then when he gets on the inside, he just works.
yeah.
I just
So
don't think Fury's going to do enough offensively to beat AJ.
I was about to say that. One of the things that I've consistently seen with Fury is work rate. When someone's working heavy against him, he tends to, like the Klitschko fight. Klitschko was very pedestrian. Both Wilder fights, Wilder didn't really throw a lot of punches. Me personally, the weakest I've seen Fury is when someone's sticking the fight and they're fighting at a very high tempo. Me personally, I see the AJ versus Fury fight like Steve Cunningham versus AJ. The Steve Cunningham versus Fury. The only difference is AJ is much stronger, much more powerful than Steve Cunningham. So he's gonna fight much more of an aggressive threat coming forward. But I see the fight being exactly the same.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Fury would have to really open up offensively, but I think AJ could hurt Fury, and I
I
think
think
that's the
AJ can knock
difference
him
in the
out.
fight.
I think AJ can. I think AJ can possibly. I would probably put money on AJ on points because I just feel like if the fight goes to points, AJ is so good at winning rounds. I feel like people keep forgetting that
Yeah,
AJ
he's
wins
very
a
good at
lot,
winning rounds.
even when like if you look at a lot of if you look at the Parker fight or the Takam fight or the Klitschko fight or most of the fights he's fought, even the Povetkin fight when he was getting hurt early, he won a lot of rounds because he scores a lot of points. He throws a lot of punches. I just don't think Fury has the style to beat AJ, but Wilder has the style to beat AJ. Wilder has the style to beat AJ. I would put more money on Wilder beating AJ than Fury.
Yeah, yeah. And also with AJ, despite him being so big, when he's on his game, he has the skills of a light heavy. He has the skills of a light heavy. I can't say that about Wilder. I can't say that about Fury. Fury Fury does things as cute defensively, but he has a lot of flaws defensively, and he gets away with it because he's 6'9". He gets away with it because he's 6'9".
He
If
almost
you go
let
to Tyson
Wilder.
Fury's body, his body is open all night. All he moves is the top, head, shoulders. That's it. But that body is there to be had, and I think AJ would be willing to go to the body, which could set up that main uppercut as well. But I like AJ in that fight. I think it'd be relatively close. I think it'd be like 7-5, 7-5, possibly 8-4. But if AJ is on his game, I think he beats Fury.
I think AJ would win on points, but I actually think AJ will get a few knockdowns. That's how I see the fight going. I
I
see
can see
AJ
AJ
getting a
getting
few
a
knockdowns.
flash knockdown. I can see him
Like,
getting a flash knockdown.
I see him actually getting. The reason why I say it is because one thing about Fury is he's got very good mentality. If he's losing, he's gonna go for it, and I feel like that's just only giving AJ opportunities to score a knockdown.
Yeah,
That's what I think. I just don't
yeah,
think AJ has the. I don't think. I think Tyson Fury's recovery skills is very good, and he's very good when he's hurt. So I don't think AJ has the ability to knock him out. But I mean, Fury's not. He's far from. He's far from got a granite chin. Like against
yeah,
Otto Wallin, even as recent as the Otto Wallin fight. In that last round, Otto Wallin had him all over the
yeah,
ring.
yeah.
So
I'll end my part with this. Um, as far as AJ is concerned, if he throws any type of body work, he might be able to get Tyson Fury up out of there. He might be able to get him up out of there. Because like I said, he does a lot of defensive stuff, but it's all to avoid the headshot. He doesn't really move. He doesn't move that well. Like his footwork is not as good as people think. His upper body movement is elite for being that size, but his actual foot movement, we talked about this plenty of times. You follow Tyson Fury out of the pocket, you follow him out the back door, you're going to have a pot of gold waiting for you.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a pot of gold waiting for you, and I think AJ is skilled enough to follow him out the back door. Go ahead, bro.
I said no, and when you said he's skilled enough, I was like, yeah, and he's active enough as well.
Right, because I think with Fury, you can't wait for him to give you an opportunity. You have to work. You got to work your way to the opportunity for sure. But yeah, this is definitely not gonna be the last video of Fury and AJ, but looks like they've agreed to terms, possibly on a 2-fight deal. That is absolutely huge, not only for the heavyweight division, but just for boxing in general. Y'all heard what VP Shane had to say. He thinks AJ will win the fight. I think AJ will win the fight as well. We both also agree that Dillian White is going to get froze out one way or another, and we're going to discuss that in another video. But on behalf of G5Jefftv, the Vice President of Operations over here at G5Jefftv, my boy Shane, this was a good one, bro. This was a good one. Appreciate you jumping on, and y'all going to hear from us real soon.